Осталось 10 секунд. Осталось 5 секунд. Дополнительное время. Очередь команды Сил Света запрещать героя. Очередь команды Сил Тьмы запрещать героя. Очередь команды Сил Света выбирать героя.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the JoinDota League Season 10. We're going to have Game 2 with the Valkyries as they now face up against Elements 1. I'm Mike Lawrence, going to be your caster for this game, and right now we are on patch 6.88b. This is the first game that either team is going to have with the new patch. The long and short of things, Death Prophet, slight nerf, Terrorblade, slight nerf, Timbersaw, slight nerf, whole bunch of probably irrelevant heroes, slight buff. If anything comes up that is relevant, I will tell you guys. I got the patch notes right here. But either way, Elements won. I mean, Valkyrie just won a game. Maybe they have some momentum, although I'm not really sure how good they're going to feel about that one game. Elements 1, definitely some pretty stiff competition, although I have not really seen them play a hell of a lot. They are going to open up with one of the more dangerous combos in the offlane, probably the most dangerous combos in the offlane in the Dark Seer as well as the Earth Spirit. Double Ion Shell is not to be messed with, and for Valkyrie, well, they grab a solid offlane hero in their own right in the Beastmaster. Ricky, for the scouting between that and the Hawk, should have some pretty good intel across the map, but two relevant changes. Beastmaster experience bounty from the boar has been increased to scaling up from 60 to 90. And Ricky's Blink Strike now does slightly less damage. Not really sure how much that's actually going to impact, but again, thought I might as well mention it to you guys so that you guys aren't like, oh my god, Beastmaster's unplayable now that he's been nerfed. No, he's still probably still worth it because of the fact that he can Iron Talon jungle so well. That's mostly the reason why. But based off of these openings, Elements 1, certainly they have their offlane short up. For Valkyrie now, they would like to get a hero that is as anti-Earth Spirit as possible. Really someone who is able to get around the role. Now, you could always try to pick up someone like an Invoker and a Storm Spirit and just play into that risk if there is sufficient reward. But Elements 1 are actually going to ban out the Invoker, instead getting rid of that Beastmaster Roar to Sunstrike combo. But yeah, they really want to lock the Earth Spirit into one lane, make it so that by going into the mid lane, he's kind of just wasting his time. If you could do that, that's probably the best way to mitigate an Earth Spirit's impact. But you never know with Earth Spirits, guys. Like, they will sometimes just take over games, even though matchup-wise, they're not really in the best position to do so. For Valkyrie, though, they have, as I said, all the intel in the world, so I do like these bans out of the Invoker and the Batrider. Just heroes that can capitalize on the fact that, oh, we have Batpack vision, well, let's just go ahead and get those kills. And Beastmaster can do it to some extent by himself. Another hero that Valkyrie probably will pick up right now is the Disruptor. Just great up against the Darkseer, for one thing. They might be considering an Oracle up against this Darkseer Earth Spirit that does typically put a brick wall in front of those two heroes. So that those two definitely at a premium, though the Disruptor does work a lot better with the Beastmaster. Just being able to get that extra vision. Ricky, the same exact thing. It's kind of like a secondary static storm, like with the smoke screen, just field smoke screen. An AoE silence, right? I mean, it's not too dissimilar from one another. But for Valkyrie, they're just going to run back the Lich. It was pretty darn good in the early stages, as per normal for Lich games in the last game, and then it kind of fell off. That being said, it is still going to be a Lich going up against what might just be a weaker lane from Elements 1, you never really know. With Valkyrie, they will probably try to run a couple of dual lanes. It was Lich Batrider last game. Obviously, that's not going to be a possibility. I'm not really sure if Lich Beastmaster is really the order of the day right now. So maybe they're going to decide to run some sort of jank mid lane combo, dual lanes. They have so many lane possibilities now that Valkyrie actually do have this Lich. And taking experience away from the likes of Darkseer and Earth Spirit, man, it hurts a lot, especially for the Earth Spirit. Like, you need to kind of rush into level 3, level 4 if you're going to have a really good game. Staying at level 1 for a long time usually isn't going to be all that great for you. What do Elements 1 want to grab after this? Doesn't really seem like there's any huge necessary pickup for them right now. I mean, they already have a really solid offlane, probably the most solid, again, you can get. So looking towards a safe lane now, they're going to go ahead and grab a Witch Doctor. Safe lane, Faceless Void. is something that maybe in the market. Elements 1 maybe in the market for. I don't know. Up against a Lich, though, you really want to be able to shove that lane and be able to fight overwhelmingly so up against the Lich if you are actually going to be running a dual off lane. So I'm not really sure if Void in that regard is going to be the best. For Valkyrie, though, this is going to be interesting. They grabbed the Wind Ranger, and Insanity did play pretty darn well on the Tinker last game. Wind Ranger perhaps is a little bit more straightforward, definitely a little more of a hurdle and just land Shackle Shot rather than micromanage all your abilities. Valkyrie will have a ton of pick-off power with the Wind Ranger, with the Beastmaster, and Elements 1 honestly don't have that much save power. Like, yeah, they could roll in, they could disrupt, they have a mechanism builder on the Darkseer, it's not bad. But when Wind Ranger and Beastmaster actually find their targets, those targets are going to take an absolute beating, especially with Smokescreen, Chain Frost, all these skills to try to just cover their assassinations. Insanity also goes for a kind of a interesting Wind Ranger build. At least we've seen him go for interesting Wind Ranger builds, going 4-0-4 into Power Shot afterwards, which I still maintain is a bad build. But he goes for, what are they called? Javelins for damage value into Aghanim's Blink Dagger later on. It is a kind of roundabout build, but in a situation where you lack early game damage, and this may be one of those situations since Valkyrie have Lich Ricky as a support duo, I could definitely get behind that type of build, at least in this game. Elements 1, they don't really have any damage dealers just yet, which Dr. Death Ward is in an okay position up against what Valkyrie have right now, but really they don't have any way of capitalizing off of that Death Ward. Really, they only need just a stun, like a Sven-type stun is usually just going to be good enough to get at least some value out of that Death Ward, but again, they don't really have anything in that regard. Earth Spirit, I suppose, is something, but it's not really extremely reliable. They're going to go ahead and grab the Timbersaw. Still no great value for this Witch Doctor. He's always going to be just an okay hero to pick up, but, I mean, up against a Lich and a Ricky, I mean, the Witch Doctor kind of feels like he's pathetic in comparison. Timbersaw was recently nerfed in the latest patch. I think he got like a 0.3 strength gain reduction. Probably going to mean like 100, 0.3 times 25. That's 6. That's actually not that much. It's not that bad a nerf. He's slightly softer. But lane-wise, that's not really why they're picking up this Timbersaw. Well, even like team fight-wise, not really picking up the Timbersaw, because again, they don't really have any giant stuns to combo him up with. And it's really matchup-wise. Like, you're looking at Wind Ranger and Beastmaster as the big sources of damage here from Valkyrie. Especially if Insanity goes for his power shotless build, then he's all physical damage with Wind Ranger. Beastmaster is also all physical damage, so reactive armor is therefore going to be all the more crazy. Now, it is something that the Wind Ranger can build around if she does go for that Javelin build that I was talking about earlier. Javelins do proc magic damage. That does obviously cut through right to the directly to Timbersaw through the reactive armor. It does seem like this is definitely the game for that, for the Wind Ranger, at least given these opening heroes. It does seem like Elements 1 kind of want to be on the snowball path. Slark, another hero that they can grab in order to try to get that done. Guys, I'm okay with you spamming copy pastas and shit. Just don't have big ASCIIs, please. That is very disruptive. I will ban you. I will time you out. If I see you doing it again, I will permaban you. I don't give a fuck. This is my channel. I am the law. I am the Iron Fist. There you go, Slark. What a surprise from Elements 1. This is a pretty typical just snowball-y based draft. You have the early tempo hero and the Earth Spirit. You have the cores that are able to get active very early in the Timbersaw and Slark, plus a mech builder in the Darkseer. The only real fault in this for Elements 1 is that they are pretty much exclusively geared towards killing enemy heroes. Killing enemy structures, killing off Roche. They don't do that very well. It's going to take them a very, very long time. So they really do need a lot of kills. They need an overwhelming advantage if they're going to get into a position where looking into towers, looking towards straight pushing, is actually going to be viable. And also, Slark just has a really bad matchup versus the Wind Ranger. You can pounce Pactor, but then she just turns on Wind Run, and then you're probably not going to get the kill, at least not by yourself. But still, this is, despite the Wind Ranger pick on the other end, still a Slark that's going to be in an environment where he has a lot of heroes that want to hit a very, very similar timing as him. Once you get the Shadow Blade, once you build up that Bloodstone and the Timbersaw, then expect all hell, or mostly all hell, to break loose, as Valkyrie now grabs their last great hero to have versus Slark. It is a reasonable hero to have versus the Timbersaw as well. Looking at Wind Ranger Faceless Void, looking at Faceless Void, Chain Frost, and there's some pretty serious combos here from the Valkyrie side. Lane-wise, Faceless Void is probably going to have an okay time. Let's actually, god damn it, tab out. Switch overlays, engage play overlays. Boom, there we go. All right, but yeah, the Faceless Void looks like he's probably going to go towards that safe lane. It is a lane where he is maybe just going to struggle. I mean, the help is there in the form of a Lich, but you're going into an Earth Spirit. You're going into a Darkseer played by Mitch. I feel like this is probably one of his like most played heroes. It seems like every time I see Mitch, he's just always playing a Darkseer. I don't know. And being a awkward melee range hero with a time walk against damage over time spells, yeah, it's going to be at least a lane that's not clear cut there for the Valkyrie side. At least for Valkyrie, they did achieve that point that I was mentioning earlier of get Earth Spirit a mid lane that is very difficult to gank. You could roll in towards a Wind Ranger, you could stun her, you can silence her, but as far as actually killing her off, well, you're not going to land that many right clicks, that's for sure. And Timbersaw usually isn't able to easily harass a Wind Ranger either, just by her having a lot of range. So we'd expect the mid lane for Valkyrie to be very, very difficult to gank. And look at this opening. Double Fairy Fire, Null Talisman, going for as much damage as possible. Maybe a little bit regeneration light, but again, expecting no significant pressure towards her. And if you do take a Whirling Death or two, you can salve up. Just have that delivered, not a big deal. Got a smoke up now from Elements. This is rather aggressive. Not really the most deadly trio of heroes. They do have a roll in. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to get Milan in range for a cast, though. So it looks like the smoke is probably just going to be dead. I'm still looking for the Beastmaster here, but all these Observer Wards are now placed. The experience, when neutrals kill off your creeps, now they give like 20% instead of 0%. I think that was a change. But yeah, these camps are actually just going to be all blocked out. And we'll see if Elements are able to actually take care of that. As it stands, they have no True Sight. Oh, they do have True Sight. Never mind. So they will be able to at least have a chance at dealing with that. It's going to be a pretty classic Slark safe lane. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Our Spirit can roll back towards mid to get a block going. The Earth Spirit and Ricky should have both almost equally difficult times in this game. Now, Ricky will have a little bit more flexibility, being able to place super deep Observer Wards, sentries, block camps, and whatnot, and let's stay hidden while he's doing that. You guys think that cheats are on again? I hope not. Yeah, it seems like Valkyrie, they just want to hit like this more mid-late game timing. Faceless Void early on, especially with the heroes that Valkyrie have. Not really able to dump a lot of damage in the Chronosphere. Once they get into the mid-game, then they'll be able to do that. Like once you get Chronosphere into Focus Fire, then you can do some work. But until then, Faceless Void's Chronosphere is going to be rather mediocre. These supports, Ricky especially, does nothing in the Chronosphere. Lich, when he is level 6, will be able to situationally do some things, not all the time. It is going to be Elements to look to hit their timings first. And for Valkyrie, the name of the game is just hold. Just hold. Make sure that you limit your losses in lane. You don't have to win your lanes, you just have to not lose them. Try to manage the Earth Spirit as much as possible. And limit your losses in the early game. Keep farming with the Wind Ranger. Occasionally get those Roar pickoffs because, you know, it's a Beastmaster. It's what he does. But this game is more so up to Elements to win than it is for Valkyrie to win, if that makes any sense. Like, Elements have to work harder for it. Seems like with this lane setup, though, it will be very possible. As far as, like, good anti-Darkseer tech, Valkyrie have none of it. No Oracle, no Disruptor, even though both of those heroes were available by the end of the draft. So the Ion Shells, and just being good up against these heroes in the safe lane of Valkyrie. Oh no, it is time to smoke. Oh, not like this. I think we all know that him asking for a smoke break is really... Guys, can I go outside and catch some Pokemon for a little bit? Watch. People are going to be kicking their smoking habits because they are instead are distracted by Pokemon. There's some real discussion going on in this chat right now, but I'm missing all of it because there's a lot of Russian spam as well. Shout out to all you Russians in the chat. Just please no spammerino. Please be nice. I can't understand you guys. That wasn't cigarette time. Just suck it down. Absorb the nicotine. Absorb the tar. Yeah, this Darkseer's lane is going to be... It should be a cakewalk. Like, there's not much Faceless Void Lich can do about this. And Lich might just be on the bottom lane. So Faceless Void alone on top versus Darkseer. He has base damage, a lot of base damage, so Void in that regard should still be able to last it. But it should still be Mitch to have a clean lane for himself on the off lane. And laning a Beastmaster Lich is fairly dangerous up against a Witch Doctor, full stop. With an Earth Spirit and a Slark there, two heroes that can definitely capitalize on that. It is a dangerous lane. But if you are able to restrict the income of a Slark, we've seen Slarks become absolutely god-awful useless because they're not able to get a good start in the early phase. This is Valkyrie's attempt at doing that. And we'll see if Ricky's actually able to help out a lot here as well. This blocking of the camps is going to make things a lot more difficult for elements. Like, for Valkyrie, they get their experience. That's what Lich does. Like, he gets them acceleration. He's already at 90 experience. Ain't that balanced? They don't really need to rely on the pulls, because they have the Lich, who is... He is the pulls. He is the one who pulls. Say Lich's name. I don't even know Lich's name. Yeah, so this is a bottom lane that's going to be the most interesting for sure from the Valkyrie side. Wind Ranger is apparently AFK. I agree, Milan. :LL:. God damn it, Insanity. Why you gotta be like that? So, how's everyone doing today? Got ourselves a pause game already. Although it is going to be at least an attempted tempo game from Elements. It will be pretty important for Valkyrie to get their Wind Ranger. ES rolls on Wind Ranger and Timber Whirling Death, sir. It's a hard combo to land. Like, even if you land the roll on Wind Ranger, you need to body block her somewhat. You need Boulder Smash. You need level 3 if you're actually going to kill off the Wind Ranger in a decent way. Although Wind Ranger can't do shit versus Timbersaw harassment-wise. Reactive armor pretty strong. Even though he has 1.8 strength gain per level. Feels bad, man. He has 2.4 int gain. Jesus Christ. I don't know how my stream turned into everyone speaking English, everyone speaking Russian. That's Dota, right? You either die a hero or live to see yourself become a Ruski. But either way, Ricky's gonna try to interfere with this lane. He can't really do jack shit here. Like, he and Wind Ranger are both purely physical, except the difference is that Ricky just doesn't do any damage. Look at that. Insane right clicks versus the Timbersaw. Oh wait, he actually didn't do anything. And then up towards top lane, Ingman, yeah, he'll be able to kind of last it. He's able to bash down Mitch a couple times. Racing with Ion Shell, though, not really sure if that's necessarily in the cards, though. So it's going to be a lot of pressure here towards Ingman. He does not have a Quelling Blade, which is concerning. Now, lasting under your tower with 66 base damage is very possible, but he's going to have to only last it under the tower. And for Mitch, he has Ion Shell, so he's kind of cheating in the lane. Ricky rotating in. There still is not that much threat here towards Mitch. 6 armor, stout shield, and of course the ability to surge out of there. He's going to need to get bashed once or twice even to get these to die. German player's going to grab a deny here, but takes a lot of damage. Jeez, Mitch is just going in, man. This is what happens when you put a Faceless Void up against a Darkseer. Things get a little bit rough. But he will surge out just fine. Down towards bottom lane now. It looks like this Lark is doing okay for himself CS-wise. 9 is doing just as well. Seems like we have a kind of similar situation to Valkyrie that in the last game where they're doing okay in all of their lanes. Last game was a little bit cleaner, at least in the top lane for sure. But this is an attempt to get Beastmaster lane control. Lich is doing an okay job at that. So far, Ricky hasn't really done a hell of a lot. Same thing, really, as LeBron on the Earth Spirit. Level 1, though, with an Invis rune would be nice, if not for the fact that he is spotted by a Sentry Ward on the incoming. Like, Loris, how do you feel about the new Overwatch hero? There was no new Overwatch hero. Sombra has not been revealed yet. Like, Loris, your favorite team? I don't know, man. MVP Phoenix is my favorite team. That is... I'm all about the Hanguk Dota. Number 1. But CS-wise, I mean, elements are... They're cleaning house on top lane. What a surprise. It's a Dark Series creep cutting. And Slark doesn't seem like he's being slowed down by this dual lane at all. He will have a little bit less experience, like he's under-leveled behind the Beastmaster, but he's still getting golds. He still will be able to fight with the best of them. It's not really the end of the world. And over towards the mid lane, it's almost completely a wash. So, I mean, Ricky's going to have to disrupt the element side in quite a big fashion if he actually wants to get value in this game. It doesn't really seem like, again, it's going to be in the cards. It's just a Ricky. Like, is he actually going to do anything versus a Darkseer with the Faceless Void there? Even when there's Chronosphere, I don't know if they can kill off the Darkseer. They'll need several bashes. Same thing for the Timbersaw. Like, Smoke Screen into Focus Fire, I guess. Whoa! Holy hell, Insanity living up to his name. This guy's gone for some crazy Wind Ranger builds. As I said, like, I've seen him go 4-0-4 into Power Shot afterwards with double Javelins. I have not seen a Wind Ranger go quad Fairy Fire just to try to hold this lane. I mean, he's still not going to be able to kill off the Timbersaw. Like, all the damage in the world isn't really going to let you do that. Oh, down towards bottom lane. They caught Pelican, the Lich. The soft target. They'll grab him quickly. Milan trying to regenerate with the Root of Restoration. 9 still on his tail. Needs a couple more shots. There it is. He'll grab the kill there. Pack from Hari is going to get rid of the Boar slow. LeBron is going to roll to get back to the creep wave, I suppose. Sure. Why not? But it is still going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Lich to fall in exchange for that Witch Doctor. It is first blood drawn by elements, first blood drawn by the Slark, and now we have another disconnect. Feels pretty bad, man. But yeah, Insanity's build is, I guess, living up to his name. I mean, the extra damage from the Fairy Fire certainly is nice. I feel like the regeneration is probably not really needed. When he has the bottle, he is still able to keep himself out of range. The lane gets a lot more dangerous once Timbersaw gets level 6, because then Chakram spam is a legit harassment tool. But up until that point, man, like, he may not know it, but the Timbersaw only has, like, bare minimum in aggressive power. Was Sombra revealed? I have not checked. Is that the patch? Is that why they patched today? Oh, it's Anna. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. We're going to take a quick break from Dota right now, and I'm going to watch this stupid Overwatch hero. It's Anna, not Sombra. What the hell? Load, goddammit. Hold on, guys. It's paused. It's paused, right? So let me just indulge myself.
The objective. Anyone want to join me? Require healing. Copy. We gotta put them back. Eliminated.
Lol, Overwatch in 2016.
Reporting for duty.
God damn it, now all my games are gonna have another fucking sniper in them. It's like, we need a healer. I'll go Anna, guys. It's okay.
Lights out.
I don't know what the hell is going on in this video. I'm down with that, though. Hell yeah. I realized that you guys did not see anything of what I just saw. But, I actually don't care, either. Because I'm not going to set up a window capture. I don't want to show you guys all my loot tabs. because you guys will lose your mind if you see what's on my Firefox right now. It's really obscene. Let me tell you guys. Got so many Google Sheets tabs, Twitter, Facebook. Ugh, it's disgusting. Do we have to talk Russian now? It would help. I like K-pop. Dude, everyone likes K-pop. Even if they say they don't like K-pop, they like K-pop. Oh, I dropped a couple frames there, guys. I don't know why. I blame the Russian spam. And until they say otherwise, I will be correct in that. What the hell's going on here? Oh, is 9 actually from Russia and there's a storm there? The healer sniper is revealed but not released, I think. Go to our Overwatch, guys. By the way, yes, I do play Overwatch. I am only a rank 54 scrub. But hey, I get gold medals all the time, so I don't give a fuck, man. You know they will kick you out of commentators for this. Yeah, man. I won't be able to commentate Dota anymore. Rip my career. Is the stream actually still working? Hopefully it's working. The fact is my stream not working? Frames are fine. I'm gonna refresh. Hopefully it works there. My internet is being stupid right now. Where is my stream? Okay, it's still working. We're good, guys. We're good. Don't worry. I bet none of these people expected Anna to be the new hero, not Sombra. She's got darts and shit. You know, I can't wait for the day where my first pick, Hanzo Widowmaker opening, gets complemented by an Anna. Love that. That's definitely like the pinnacle of Overwatch play right now. $5 says every single Anna player sucks ass. Caster, how old are you? I am 12 years old. And what is this? Score is this game 1. This is a best of 1, so we're at 0-0. Well, it seems like the Beastmaster decided to go out for a smoke break. Gotta go out. It's not Farah's mom. It's definitely not Farah's mom. Farah's mom is gonna be hella old. I don't know. I didn't look at any of the Reddit threads. Maybe I'll just do that right now. Guys, there's nothing left to do here. So we armed the sleep dart. Nano boost grants them faster movement speed, improves resistance to incoming attacks. Oh, Anna Origins trailer. Kind of sad they're only releasing this one hero. All right, well, I have stuff to watch after the stream, I suppose. Well, guys, I've got a good surprise today with that new Overwatch reveal. I'm feeling good. If the game would resume, that would be great. But until then, thank you guys for tuning in. It was nice to see this many people on the stream. Hit that follow button on the stream, guys. I'm casting a lot of JDL recently on this stream. Look at all those follow emails. Feels good, man. You are fired. Oh no. Feels bad, man. Please no Firino. Turn off your porn. Maybe it'll stop. What's the point of getting the internet though if you can't watch porn and cast at the same time, right? Or play games. That's why dual monitors were invented. People are like, man, I really hate having to tab between my porn and my video games. So I'm gonna put up 2 monitors so I can do both at the same time. And thus the age of efficiency. You could have unlimited monitors viewing unlimited screens of questionable content. Streamer, why you hate Russian people? That's a good question, man. That is a good question. And the answer is, we got ourselves a game over here on this bottom lane. I mean, they're doing pretty well up against this Lich Beastmaster so far. Making that even trade is a pretty big deal. You're underleveled, so you're obviously getting a little bit more experience, at least, whenever you get those trades. So this early laning phase is pretty much exactly what Elements want. They want the Slark to keep getting that farm. They need the Timbersaw to at least do okay. And, I mean, since the Darkseer is also doing fantastically, it's just, like, better and better and better for the Elements side. Valkyrie, I mean, they really can't do much to Mitch. They could have done, I think, maybe a little bit when this Darkseer was, like, level 2. But now that he's level 5, man, Ion Shells are not something you could race. Faceless Void. You don't want to test that. Now Mitch is on the warpath. He's like, come at me, bro. Got Ion Shells on me and my bro melee creep right now. Ingman just got his face smashed in by the pointy needles, and German player can't do anything to touch this either. So Mitch is impervious. This is actually a really bad lane for Valkyrie. I mean, I'm not really sure if a Lich really would be resolving any of these issues, but I can tell you one thing, a Oracle would certainly help. Fighting out with Ingman once again. German player just watching. Oh, I don't think you win this one, Ingman. Chronosphere and run out. Max movement speed with Chronosphere, or even faster than max movement speed, I think. But that is not how you want to use your first Chronosphere of the game. Now over towards the mid lane, we have the Timbersaw doing the exact same thing. At least Insanity has power shots so we can draw the aggro off the tower, but now he's gonna hit with the Whirling Death. Timber Chain doesn't have enough mana for that one. Very fire value for the Wind Ranger. He's gonna keep himself alive. But he just got shoved way out of his lane. Same exact thing for this top lane. Chronosphere now down for a huge 100 seconds. That is not a cheap cost there for Valkyrie. Now, yeah, they don't lose anyone, but losing control of your lanes might just be worse than just losing those heroes directly. Boulder smash to kill off the Hawk. Poor Bird, he does not deserve that. Oh, they do kill off the Darkseer. My apologies, guys. Now they're going to jump in towards Pelican, over down towards the bottom lane. Roll in is going to connect us to 9. Cast now going to bounce through. Not really cooperating with them, but they have enough right clicks to kill off the Lich. Now they're onto the Beastmaster. Do they have another pounce? They don't. They have no more stuns either. They used to kill off the Bird. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade across the map. Getting that Ricky that killed, though, is going to bring him all the way up to level 4.5. Huge gain for the Ricky. But Mitch can just go back towards the top lane, and I'm pretty sure not really experience any significant losses off of that death. I mean, he's still going up against Faceless Void. Like, he's the one that he has to contest, and he's still doing that job fairly well. So once the Slark able to get a couple more items up, then the aggression from Elements is just going to explode. For Valkyrie, I'm not really sure if they have enough damage to actually get kills on any of these heroes, especially if they keep using Chronosphere in a defensive fashion. The Void is going to be hard-pressed to defend against this. It's just being run around with the Ion Shell. He only has level 2 in the Time Walk also, so it has like a 15-second cooldown. Something like that. 18 seconds. Oh, Jesus. Look at that Ion Shell damage. This is just disgusting. And now here comes the kill blow. They're going to drop a wall onto Ingman, see him, silence him, Ion Shell onto LeBron, surge him in as well. Shackle Shot's going to land. He's in the Chronosphere still. So it looks like they may just trade their Earth Spirit away. They lose vision for a little bit. He has a Rolling Boulder off to the right. Oh, they still see him somehow. And Faceless Bolt, whoa, is going to buy back into the game. It's not that expensive, but I don't think he could afford that gold. It's a 1-for-1 trade, a perfectly reasonable trade for Elements to be making. Actually, they lost their Witch Doctor elsewhere. Looks like, yeah, the Witch Doctor got picked off by the Ricky. I don't know what happened there, but they're going to lose 9 in the meantime. Valkyrie The level 4 Pact is going to run the Beastmaster down, and while all that is going on, Monty's going to find himself a free time over in the mid lane. There's not much that Insanity can do really here to contest this. Timbersaw just, with a very balanced 27 armor, is rather impervious to anything that the Wind Ranger has to throw at him. Now we're going to pop a Haste Rune, go in pretty deep. Chakram return was going to do a little bit of damage with the Whirling Death. Timber Chain is actually all going to miss. Great jukes there by Insanity. Movement speed with the phase boots. Good enough to get him out of that. But Timbersaw, he still has enough gas in the tank to go for more, at least staying in the lane. German player rotating in is not going to help out the Dire that much. Monty's playing it cool. Did see German player make that move in. But it doesn't seem like he'll make any pounce there. Yeah, I'm not really sure why the Faceless Void buys back. He does get a little bit of experience from the top lane, I suppose. But the second Chronosphere is used, and it doesn't do anything. So, yeah, I mean, his Chronospheres are not exactly effective, and he's going to teleport right back to the top lane to find himself in the exact same scenario of his tower being destroyed. And we even have Teal rotating in as well. LeBron, I think, is spotted. Someone saw him move up there. But he's still sticking around over towards this mid lane. Monty's not good with the power shot. Chakram now, plus the rolling boulder. It's not perfect. They do silence the Riki. Stun's going to miss. However, they do dust him up. But now here comes 9. He does have the roar. And they're going to land it onto LeBron. Ingman's going to arrive. Just a little more right-click damage is all they need. Earth Spirit will fall here. Valkyrie rotating, however, 4 heroes in towards that lane. Do sacrifice this top lane over towards Mitch, and they're significantly decreasing the amount of pressure they can apply towards this bottom lane. Valkyrie is just going off by himself. He doesn't worry about anything, really. German player is going to jump in towards Milan. Monty is here. Chakram this time going to land with the cast. Short Shackle is going to slow down the Timbersaw. Tricks of the Trade is going to almost kill off the German player. Power shot. Got him! Insanity with the snipes. 360 no scopes on the Witch Doctor. And they also take down the Darkship towards top lane. No roar. That was a Chronosphere, actually, and beatdown. This has been perfectly placed. Sorry for missing these kills, guys. But Valkyrie starting to get some pretty important kills. Now, this isn't really going to be quite enough to get them back from this deficit. Still, it is Elements to have control of this game, despite having lost a hero here or there. They're still farming away with the Slark. They still have the mechanism almost completed on the Darkseer. Plus, yeah, they lose a couple heroes, but those heroes are like, Earth Spirit. No one really cares. Timbersaw is still keeping himself alive, still keeping himself farming, and is bullying the Wind Ranger out of the lane consistently, leading to a 700 lead for Monty, which is no small amount. So yeah, even though Elements, they lose those heroes, it's not something they can't recover from. In fact, they are not really taking a huge deficit off of those kills in and of themselves. But for Valkyrie, this is what they need to be doing. They need to use the Roar, use the Chronosphere for offensive purposes. Bottom lane, Valkyrie's going to jump in, miss Pelican, he's going to go invis, and now he's going to shred the Lich apart. Ultimate from the Riki is going to do a little bit to Milan, but not nearly enough. Blink Strike is there, trying to out-sustain him with the Voodoo Restoration and the Stick Charges. German player now he's going to slip into the trees. There is no True Sight here. Blind Pact not going to do it. They do, however, kill off the Beastmaster elsewhere. They will be able to take down Timbersaw Exchange. Now LeBron magnetized everyone, but he doesn't have anything else to cast. And Ingman's going to swoop in and grab that kill. Over in the mid lane, fights all over the place. Ultimately 2 for 2. And a trade well worth it for Valkyrie just by taking off the Timbersaw, taking him out of the map. The German player is kind of getting fortunate that he is able to dodge most of these ganks because the enemy team does not have any detection.
Башню сил тьмы на верхней линии атакуют.
But again, these couple of kills for Valkyrie, though very nice, just doesn't seem like it's quite going to be enough. The problem heroes, the problem hero is Slark and the Darkseer. These heroes are just not being dealt with, even by killing them off once or twice. A Vlad's in the Faceless Void is not going to swing things. Killing off the Timbersaw once is not going to swing things. I mean, he's already looking at a very, very fast Bloodstone. Much faster than normal, I want to say. Already, he just needs the Vit booster. He's got his Soul booster up. Now towards top lane, they found Ingman. They don't have that much CC, but they're going to use the vacuum back and burst them down with the wall there as well. Faceless Void wasn't exactly healthy to begin with, but now they know that the Slark has invis. They're going to find 2, kick, stunning both, and Sandy going to get pounced up, sitting in Chakram, will get blended. And now 9. He has a Roar, but there's no one to actually use it on. He's going to get chased down by the Timbersaw. One more chain, nowhere close to landing, doesn't matter, got kill. It's going to be a double kill for the Slark. This is the aggressive power that Elements really want to get into gear with. German player was going to run into the Slark. Oh, blind Pact pounce. Gonna almost connect. They do have dust, but it's way too far away. Now Riki will pull out the dust. A lot of mana expenditures there. Valkyrie lose 3 heroes. I think that should give the Timbersaw his Vit booster. Oh, he's actually going to have a completed Bloodstone after he grabs that booster, so it's a big item pickup for the Timbersaw soon, plus the Shadow Blade on the Slark. Again, the downfall of Element's draft is that they don't really push towers well. So it's up to this kind of between 15 and 25 minute mark for them to get kill upon kill upon kill, fill up the Bloodstone, get the Slark snowballing, and just never let up the pressure on Valkyrie. Playing around the Chronosphere and the Roar is extremely important for Elements. Also, holding Detection, getting rid of that Riki, is going to be a high priority as well. But it does seem like Elements, they are in as good a spot as they can possibly get. Unless they lose their Courier. German player, 1 shot, 2 shot, had an Observer Ward, and will delay the Bloodstone for probably just a solid 3 minutes. Not a bad pickup there at all for the Valkyrie side. But by taking a bad trade up towards top lane, that may just balance everything out because Valkyrie is going to arrive. Chronosphere is immediately going to drop on him. The damage may not be enough. He will be getting the mechanism, and now he's going to Shadow Dance in towards Pelican. Still wants to fight, and he's going to drop the Lich immediately with the help of the Earth Spear. Now here comes the Timbersaw. Is going to whirl down Ingman very, very low. They caught German player. He's going to go into the Tricks of the Trade mode. He'll respawn, though, into the wall and into a Timbersaw. That's an easy 2 kill for Elements. 11-9 was an inside job. Valkyrie still looking for more. Insanity, well, he's on the run. He's not going to die to the Slark, but he's going to take a hell of a lot of damage. He might just die to the Slark. Chakram coming in, that'll get the kill! Oh man, with the Ion Shell, that extra non-physical right-click damage. Going to get them yet another one. They are starting to lock down this map. Now, bottom lane maybe deserves some love from Elements, but they're locking down top, they're locking down mid, and they're going in deep all the time. Looks like Beastmaster's now the poor soul to be experiencing the fun that is Slark with Shadow Blade. Lich as well, dead to the Death Ward. The double kill for the Witch Doctor, and they found a couple more actually. Chronosphere's not available, though it doesn't seem like they have any stuns in the area. Tower. And they'll start chipping at it. Not really going to be quick. It's going to be really, really slow. But, I mean, if Valkyrie want to save this, they actually have to get into a fight here. I'm not really sure if that's necessarily in the cards. Bottom lane, in the meantime, being pushed out by Slark. Look at Monty. He just doesn't give a fuck, man. He's just, like, in the creep wave, doesn't care. LeBron's going to take a little bit of damage here, but Ingman's going to get slowed down and silenced. Cass going to bounce through. Will be dodged by the Riki, but now to bounce to the Pelican and Ingman. It will be slowed down a little bit, letting Elements slip out. They will try to disengage from the left, and it looks like they are just fast enough to escape the clutches of Valkyrie. And in the bottom lane, still the Slark is farming out. Got Echo Saber on the way. Just the bulk component of that is going to make him such a deadlier threat. And they weren't even able to kill him off with that Chronosphere earlier. And again, this is kind of another shortfall of Valkyrie's draft, is that they don't really have much early game damage put into a Chronosphere. They don't have a Death Ward. They have a Focus Fire, which is great when Wind Ranger has her items and when she's actually in the area. But the supports can't do damage into that Chronosphere. That's just not what they do. Why did Wind Ranger buy Javelin for? It is for value damage. Gives about 30 damage on average a shot. Magical damage, so it goes through the Timbersaw's reactive armor. If you lack early game damage, it is not the worst thing to buy. Although it is kind of awkward since it just takes item slots and it's pretty expensive. But it's just for value damage. So we got Bloodstone now on the way for the Timbersaw with another 2,500. Is this Bloodstone and Blink Dagger at the same time? I don't think I've seen a Timbersaw do that before, but that'll certainly be interesting. This tower is going to fall. Still got German player camping out. Oh, the Vit Booster actually wasn't purchased. So can the Riki do it twice? 2 for 2. We'll see, man. Maybe Mitch's arrival on top lane is going to distract the Riki away from what counts, and that's this Courier, keeping this Bloodstone out of the hands of the Timbersaw. By the way, tower on the bottom lane has fallen. Oh, they see the Courier! Oh, not like this! Run, Parrot! Oh, that's 3,000 gold now, down the tubes. Never Bloodstone, never lucky. Poor Monty, man. At a certain point, you just don't trust your Courier to do that. Well, Bloodstone is just never going to be purchased. It was going to be like a 15-minute Bloodstone, but now it's going to be a 21-minute Bloodstone. That is a ridiculous amount of delay. They're going to jump in for the Slark. He has a little bit of regeneration help. Chronosphere, not going to happen because LeBron gets the silence off beforehand. Ingman now is awkwardly stumbling around. Milan may die here, but it's going to save them from a 3-man Chronosphere off in the back. Timbersaw is going to try to go for the Beastmaster. Will lose all of his mana to the Necro units and can't give chase any longer. They actually do save Milan, as Slark is able to turn himself around. Now the Timbersaw pops a regen rune, taking Focus Fire damage. Magic damage from the Focus Fire. Double Javelins is pretty good. Timbersaw misses his chain as no more mana will fall. Going way too far away from the rest of his squad. Gotta respect these little baby Necro units from the Beastmaster. It's only level 1 book, but it's going to be good enough to burn out the Timbersaw. Now the jump in. Chronosphere looking for it. Will hesitate. Can't catch a Slark. Valkyrie looks like they'll save their tower. It's now in deny range. They do take down the Timbersaw as well. A big exchange. Who does not have a Bloodstone? Ha! Sucks to be you. Pick onto the Wind Ranger. Got him. They'll Shackle Shot the Earth Spirit. They're still looking for this tower. On the back we have a Slark. There is no Roar here, but there still is a Chronosphere. German player roaming in. There is a sentry here for the Radiant. Not really in a great spot, though, so it looks like this Riki may be able to get free scouting information here. Drops an Observer, sees the Earth Spirit. Yeah, not in any great position there. You're going to go for it. Smoke screen in. There's a Witch Doctor here. Cask, turn around with the stun. Death Ward is there as well. Please tell me you guys have Dust. Feels pretty bad, man. I heard that Dust is good. I went on the forums and someone said Dust of Appearance is a good item. I'm not really sure if they were right, so you guys can confirm that to me. Yeah, Ricky's gonna pull out a Death Ward. It's something, man. Slark is gonna burn the Ricky down really low just by blindly pacting. He obviously lost a Shadow Dance, so he knew someone was there. This is not what I expected. Oblivion Staff value is not quite as good as Javelin value on a Wind Ranger, but he's gonna go for a Lincoln Sphere next. It might just be a Scud. I mean, it's a Slark after all. Not bad. But Elements, they do have quite a vast advantage right now. Tower on the bottom lane will be denied by the Lich, but still these towers are very steadily falling in favor of Elements. That means their lead is just growing. And they are going to try to prep for a high ground push, it looks like. Crimson Guard on Darkseer isn't exactly standard over the likes of a Blink Dagger. But when your plan is to end the game by 30 minutes, Crimson Guard is certainly the item you want. Pipe is okay versus Valkyrie, would also be, I guess, in consideration. What they really want is a Bloodstone. Can they ever deliver this Bloodstone? The big question. Oh, no, he went for the Ultimate Orb because he had the Ogre Club on the Courier. He already had his Echo Saber. There you go. It makes sense, guys. It makes sense. Okay. We're going to go for round 3. German players just camping out for the Courier. Unfortunately, he may not know that they're... he probably does know that the Courier already has the Bloodstone. He'll definitely know in a little bit. So that's unfortunate for German player. But I like the persistence, man. I like the gameplay there. They're going to use the Courier to deliver to the other side of the secret shop. He's actually going to keep his Arcane Boots, opting not to disassemble them. But now we got our Bloodstone. Now we have our Plate Mail and our Echo Saber. Gonna stall them up for a good 6 minutes, those double Courier snipes. But still, the game plan on Elements is pretty clear here. Just use your overwhelming advantage to brute force down the last tier 2 tower, rather. And look to finish off Valkyrie through a big team fight. Alright, Silver Edge. Silver Edge is okay up against Valkyrie. It's actually not the best. It's gonna go Invis though. Look for Insanity. He will not be able to get this kill very easily because of the Wind Run, but maybe he'll have enough damage. Force out some sort of response here. Drops her down to below half HP, now 9. He rose up Milan. Boulder kick to stun up those 2 Necro units. Cask, but he's gonna chain stun them both. Milan's not gonna die to the last will. Now they caught up onto 9. The Faithless Boy will take down tier 1 tower in the meantime, but this Beastmaster's life is forfeit. Kick to slow him down. Chakram to steal the kill. And they'll finish off the rest of the Necro units. Going into Roche next. I got it, guys. I got it. 2 minutes of thinking, and we got it. What a stupid caster. Failfish. Double teleport out. They'll shove the bottom lane, get a tower off of it. And again, elements, what they do have in killing power versus heroes, they kind of lack in versus objective killing power. They have itemized as best as they can for it, namely this medallion from LeBron. This Roshan is at least something that they can go for slowly. It's going to cost Milan a little bit of mana here. But slowly but surely, Valkyrie, they'll power shot in, see what's going on. Wind Ranger, now with the Aghanim's double javelin, is doing quite a bit of damage if she's able to stand her ground and just focus fire, which I don't expect it to be the case. I mean, just being forced out by a Timbersaw more than likely is going to be what's happening. Now has a Lotus Orb on himself. There's a lot of good things to reflect. Radiant will take the Aegis. Slark grabs it. Now Mitch is going to dive in. Ingman is still not on the high ground. Luckily for him, he is actually still hidden, so he's going to get out of there eventually. Still got the Slark on the roam, though. Got the double hit and the Silver Edge. He is going to find 9. He has no Basher, so we can't go for that. Man, this game is Valkyrie trying to just scrap their way into any gold they could possibly find. I think I'm not really sure how viable of a strategy that actually is. Monty is going to get shackled to Mitch. Timber chaining straight into it. Focus fire. We can see how much damage it's doing to Monty. Very little. Oh, he misses another chain, though. He's missed quite a few of those, actually. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, his regeneration is off the charts. Are you kidding me? Like 46 regeneration with the mechanism healing, bloodstone healing, and the perseverance and the orb. Pretty insane. Now they're just looking for their pick-off. That's the only thing that elements really have to do right at this stage. Obviously, you have the Aegis. You can't really go for a straight push unless you get like a Desolator or something like that on Slark, and it seems like that's not the case. So you just look for your pick-off and then use that to get up the high ground. Valkyrie is spotted by a sentry. 9 does have level 3 Necrobook right now. He's going to think about going in for it. Roar onto the Slark is going to be there. Echo Shell immediately afterwards is going to return the Shackle Shot to Insanity, but they still take down the Slark. And now Chronosphere onto Monty. Focus Fire, it's not there. They'll still just right-click him away. And the Timbersaw gets bashed when he's trying to leave. Commits suicide. They take down the Timber for good. I mean, obviously only 15 seconds or so because of the Bloodstone. They take down the Aegis of the Slark without committing all that much of anything. Now, they don't have the Chronosphere, they don't have the Roar. They may not be able to defend this top tier 2. It is still a little bit of a win here for Valkyrie, but the extent of it doesn't seem like it's quite enough. Elements are just winning one too many times across the map with their pickoffs and whatnot. Tower down. Push for high ground. I'm not really sure if they could do this. They need to pick off beforehand. If they just had a random sentry ward, game would be so much easier for elements if they had a gem. No, they do have a gem. Look at that. Ain't that some shit? I call it, and there it is. Slark is definitely not invulnerable here. Although the heroes that can really save were not in the area. Timbersaw, Lotus Orb is nice. But I mean, you're really looking for Earth Spirit to jump in and start silencing people. Even Witch Doctor swoop in with a cask and a Voodoo Restoration. That may or may not be able to save the Slark. For elements, they need to, at this point, either get the pick off, go straight up high ground, or start itemizing into a late game scenario. That is a little bit more risky since that kind of plays into Valkyrie's hands a little bit. I mean, if you're unable to get the push going up to high ground, you try to force it, that's a great way to lose. They really do have to just lock down the map a little bit more, keep Valkyrie scared, and get more farm across the map than Valkyrie are getting. Seems like that's not going to be too difficult with the gem on the Slark. The gem's not in the relevant place, though. Bottom lane, Ricky scouting out with the Faceless Void right around the corner. This is an Earth Spear with the Force Staff, though. Kind of difficult to get this kill. They should know almost his exact whereabouts. Now they do know. Thinking about going for him. Only 2 supports, though. I don't think they could do that. They're kind of just wasting their time here. Slark is in the area. He's going to start swooping down all the way from the top, dewarding all the while.
Башня сил света на нижней
Gonna take care of all the vision. And happen onto a Wind Ranger. I don't think he saw her, actually. Sees the corpses. Bottom lane, they see German player now. Boulder kick is going to be dodged. Well played by the Ricky so far. Roll in also is going to miss. Milan's going to dust up, and you can't get rid of that as Ricky. He can tricks to buy himself some time. But his time is out. He's going to dodge the kick, actually, with the blink strike. Well done, but now here comes the gem. I mean, that was about as good as it gets for the Ricky. Dodged pretty much everything. But still, I mean, it's Slark. Slark with the gem, right? So Ricky down for 30. Not a big deal. Losing a core or two support heroes, that might be good enough. Got Monty surged in. Timber Chain towards the Lich. Target acquired. I don't think Pelican is durable enough to teleport out of this. He doesn't even have a TP, so he's just dead. Faceless Void does take out a top tier 1 in the meantime. His damage output is reasonable at this point. Doing actually quite a bit. Is that a Yasha coming out for him? I see that, right? Yeah, it is. He's got Yasha's, got the double hit. The lightning proc as well. He can do a lot of damage in these fights, plus a level 3 Chronosphere. Ugh, my coffee tastes disgusting right now. Thank God it's done, right? Still, Valkyrie are doing a pretty admirable job about stalling out this game. Braun trying to cancel the Wind Ranger's TP. Maybe could have been a little bit dangerous in doing so, but either way, he's going to be just fine. Valkyrie split push. And they're not really making any big steps to get into a winning position, but at least they're holding elements back right now. They might just be willing to wait for this next Roche elements. Again, they're getting more farm elsewhere. This Slark is an absolute terror. Now has the Eye of Scotty. This triple ultimate orb in his inventory right now. Shit ton of stats. Oh, and he found double damage rune. It's pretty good. I think double damage rune on Slark is decent. With the gem, oh, poor Ricky. The tricks of the trade can get you pretty far, but it's not going to get you this far. Or will it? Double hit, one more pounce. Oh my god. Yeah, if you don't have a double damage rune there, you might get away. But with the DD, there's just no contest at all. They now have their eyes set on Inkman, get a good read on his item build. Observer wards absolutely everywhere for elements, but not right below them. The Beastmaster's in the area. He'll happen onto the Timbersaw. Lotus Orb is already up for him. It will fade out. Insanity going to win run forward with the phase boots. May just be able to land Shackle. Doesn't have the vision. Can power shot for some. We'll just decide to TP out instead. 9, the exact same thing. And now the Slark's going to rotate in. Finds a Boar. Finds a Sentry Ward. Not much here for him. We're going to have a little bit of a transition here into a farming game. At this point, like at exactly this point, this is where you kind of want to be able to buy Hands of Midas's on the heroes like Darkseer and Witch Doctor if you're really expecting this to go long. But this is such a delicate game for Valkyrie. Like if they lose one of these heroes, like a Faceless Void or a Wind Ranger, then either they're forced to buy back or they immediately lose a set of Raxes. Because even though elements don't really push all that quickly, there's just no way for Valkyrie to fight them back. They're still moving around very well. The more vision they keep up, obviously the better it'll be, but at a certain point, someone's going to get caught out. Observer Ward is there. It's going to not help the Lich. They see Ingman as well. He's able to time walk up to the high ground. He'll be fine. Lich down. They need a little bit more than that. Observer Ward going to see 9 running to the south. I don't think they're going to give chase. I mean, if he's running to the south, so be it. Let him go to the south, as his base is to the north, and you're going to crack in. It's a little bit of Slark damage. It's slow. It's steady. Shackle is going to be returned onto Insanity. Just a short mini stun for both those heroes. Bottom lane going into the tier 2. Not really a huge concern for elements, but I mean, they're not really doing anything that much better here, so they may just want to defend it. Ari's going to go up towards the high ground once again. Smokescreen, mischance. Going to make him a little bit scared. Until he gets an MKB, of course. Then Wind Ranger's life gets a lot more difficult. Like, nice win run, bro. I hit you anyway. They get a, they still have the, where is that? What is it called? Does it still give accuracy? No? Did they get rid of that? Was that last patch? I think like something happened to it. Or was it on the... It wasn't on Orchid, right? No, it was on the Rod of Atos. I think they got rid of it as soon as they implemented it, if I recall correctly. It wasn't really that good. Insanity, jump by Valkyrie. There is no win run here. Actually used it to try to get into the lane. Oh no, looks like you don't need an MKB for that one. Chronosphere is going to drop onto the Slark. He'll packed up beforehand, checks to the trade just for as much damage as they could possibly get. But Slark, he's in the smoke screen now. He's still going to be able to go invis. And he has regeneration now from his dance. Big pick off on the Wind Ranger, especially since Slark, with that Shadow Dance regen, is able to go in for a little bit more. They're going to stun up Ingman, catch German player as well. You'll be able to jump out of there. Now the Chain Frost is going to start bouncing through, destroys LeBron's health pool. Valkyrie as well, none too healthy, but he will pounce up to the high ground. Now the wall drops and the Death Ward from Milan. Almost a full channel will kill off Ingman. Great kick from LeBron's going to stun up the two stragglers as they're going to chase down Pelican and 9. Buyback from 2 heroes from Valkyrie. They'll throw a Shackle, will be dodged by Valkyrie. Now, well, the gates are wide open. They've already taken a pretty big win here, Elements. They're going to roll out away from the Riki. And with the sustain from Milan, should be able to get up to a decent amount of HP to continue this fight, especially with the Slark jumping in towards the Faceless Void to get with a random cast. It's going to bounce over to German player, keeping him out of the fight as well. If they can take down the Faceless Void one more time, that will just be Raxes for them. Milan's going to get Force Staff down to the low ground. Great team play from Ellens, but they're going to leave the Slark up towards the high ground. He's going to Shadow Dance out, now turn around and annihilate the Riki and the Beastmaster. Vacuum back from Mitch, going to keep them in place for the Slark to just go ham. Mitch hit with a couple stuns from the MKB, no big deal. It's a Darkseer. He will be able to fall back. Triple buybacks forced out as Elements don't suffer a single casualty. That's a 5,000 plus gold swing. That is absolutely insane. I mean, that isn't really what they wanted. They would rather have Valkyrie have no buybacks than they take Raxes. But still, that is a truck ton of extra cash for Elements. Almost 20k on the Slark, 7,000 above the next highest. And his MKB is going to be close to completion in just a little bit. An Urn flying out. There's a Shiva's Guard completed on the Timbersaw. Not really sure what happened to his Arcane Boots. It seems like he might have just sold that. He had Arcane Boots with Bloodstone, right? I'm not crazy about that. But by the way, he's got Shivas, so he has armor up the wazoo. I'll take down Roche. Double life for the Slark. Man, they were struggling to kill him off once. Now they had to kill him off twice. Threw a Sheepstick of Darkseer. And just huge items coming up from Elements, and no similar items coming up for Valkyrie. Like, Elements are getting to that stage, especially once they get the MKB completed, where they'll be able to just go up high ground regardless of the pick status. They do have to respect the Faceless Void's Chronosphere and his damage output thereafter. But as long as Mitch is on the outsets with the Vacuum Wall in response, or just a Blink Mechanism and Crimson Guard, or Sheep Up on the Wind Ranger so there's no Focus Fire, like, they have so many ways of counterplaying at this point. Specifically through this Darkseer, but you know, you could just throw a Cask in there as well. That might just be good enough. LeBron farming with Ion Shell. Almost at level 16. Level 3 Magnetize is decent. Kind of finicky, but who knows. That's just the nature of Magnetize. Sometimes, damage-wise, it's amazing. Other times, it's, you know, you just use it to share those effects. They're looking at Ingman up towards top. He does have a TP, but he's going to get silenced out of it. He has no way to spell that silence. Ingman dead. Oof, I mean, you know there's a Slark on the other end, but yeah, it's going to cost them 1 hero, maybe 2, as they see German player as well. Huge damage from the Timbersaw as he drives right by the Riki. 2 heroes down, both of whom have no buyback. We can see Elements making a beeline straight for the mid lane. MKB on Slark is purchased. Not really sure what you get rid of here. Probably ship the gem over to someone else. Needs that extra damage. The Wind Ranger, she's gone for whatever she can scrape together in a Dragonlance. Not exactly an A+ item on the Wind Ranger, but again, you gotta do what you gotta do. Valkyrie's gonna take the Focus Fire, extra armor from the Crimson Guard, plus the damage block. Make that Focus Fire do next to nothing. So he has no MKB, jump in, wall into Insanity, vacuum back onto 2, jump in with a Chakra and Pelican, and Insanity both down, both giving up their lives to LeBron. And now it's just 9, the sole survivor, and I don't think he's gonna survive for that long because Valkyrie caught up to him. Killing spree for the Timbersaw. GG is called, and Valkyrie getting tripled in kills, are going to lose in spectacular fashion to Elements. Maybe the game got a little bit longer than they would really like for Elements, but I mean, they had complete control of the map, and at a certain point, the enemies just aren't farming. You are farming everywhere. Well, it's gonna happen in that way. 13-0, 14 on Slark. Yeah, again, not exactly a complete textbook game from Elements, but when Valkyrie just aren't getting farm, when they're kind of at the mercy of the gem on Slark, that's all there is to it. Guys, I'm Mike Lowe. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you guys. There is one more